Greetings and welcome to all. My name is Marvi and I will be introducing the key issue that my group and I have been working towards on. We can make downtown Edmonton a more accessible and inviting destination by exploring new and creative ways to use the current LRT system, which will eventually contribute to the economic development and growth of the city.
The first alternative we came up with is investing more money into putting park rangers and police officers at the LRT stations. This would be the best option because it's the cheapest and easiest to execute. But after further research, we found out that the government of Edmonton had tried this in the past without success.
The second alternative that we propose is building more homeless shelters so that the homeless people do not have to stay in the LRT stations, and it encourages more people to use the LRT stations to go downtown.
We plan to bring businesses to downtown Edmonton by fully utilizing the downtown Edmonton's LRT system. The LRT system is currently at under capacity. We want to incentivize businesses to move closer to LRT stations, increasing ridership and utilizing the existing LRT structure.
Possible costs involved in this project include the $2.76 billion allocated to the current LRT expansion.
The current timeline for the LRT project is set undecided, but the latest is expected for 2028. Our recommendation would be to have the new reallocation of the budget implemented by spring of 2024. In terms of possible costs, there's an allocated budget of $3.27 billion towards the LRT project. Our recommendation is to reallocate 5% of that towards Social Security as well as mental health support services.
Reallocating some of the existing LRT expansion budget will have lasting effects on the city of Edmonton. It will incentivize businesses to move closer to LRT stations, also increasing ridership and revenue for the city. It will also create jobs as businesses move closer and more businesses open. Also, an increase in ridership will also result in an increase of safety personnel needed on the LRT. This will result in jobs, more safety, and also less fare evasion, increasing revenue for the city of Edmonton.
From the 5% reallocation of the LRT expansion budget, we suggest that approximately $115 million of that be allocated towards the revitalization fund, and the other $50 million of that be allocated towards the safety and security services offered to the City of Edmonton. In terms of timeline and possible costs, we want a recommendation to fit the current already established City of Edmonton timeline for 2026 to 2028. In terms of possible costs, the current LRT budget is set for over $2 billion. What we want to do is split 5% of that and integrate it towards social and support services for mental health as well as homeless and housing stability problems. I'm going to be interviewing someone about how they feel about downtown Edmonton. Excuse me. How do you feel about downtown Edmonton, and have you been there in the past 2 weeks?
The past 2 weeks? No, not really. Nothing to do there, It's kind of dry. Not much.
Why is that?
Well, first of all, it doesn't feel very safe sometimes. There's a lot of homeless people there. But also, it's just kind of dead, So there's not much to do. There's not much feeling there.
If the safety issue as well as the vibrancy issue was better and more improved, would that incentivize you to visit downtown Edmonton more often?
Honestly, maybe, yeah. There's some good shops there. Honestly, if it felt better, I would definitely go. And I feel like if other people were there, of course, it would make it feel safer.
Thank you for your time. There are 3 risks associated with this recommendation. The first is the safety problem on the LRT. Edmontonians are still concerned about if their safety is a risk using the LRT system. Secondly, we have to consider the current economic situation and if businesses are willing to invest in the Edmonton downtown market. The third risk is if the government is even able to afford to reallocate these funds from the current LRT expansion project, and if it will delay this project. Accounting and economic experts' opinions will be needed to come up with the new balanced budget.
Businesses can't survive without customers, and so we are making businesses cheaper and easier to access. Now it is your turn as Edmontonians to come on out and shop local.